evening, y'all. It's Mary with Stamps-N-Lingers, and it is Sunday evening at 8 o'clock, so we're going to have us a video, and I'm going to show you some new goodies. So hang on a second, let me get refreshed on my computer so I can make sure that we're actually, transmitting, going out into the interwebs. I see we are. Got a couple of folks on. We'll wait for the comments to scroll up so that we can get that out of the way. Hi Amy, glad you could join, and look at you. You're almost as on time as I was. I was busy rearranging my ribbon. I got busy today with inks and ribbons and all sorts of stuff. Hi Polly. See, I told you it was just a matter of time. Hey Holly. Hi Susan. Hey Jean, how are you today? Glad you could join us. Denise, good afternoon or evening. Hi Sarah from Roslyn, Pennsylvania. Appreciate you joining me tonight. Like I was saying, I got a little hair, so I started getting cleaned up. I got all my inks replaced, decided to rearrange from color collections into the red to pink to yellow to green to blue to purple to black, the neutrals. So that's all different, which means I can't find anything right now. Hey Shirley, hi Nancy and Barbara, glad you could make it. Hey Julie, glad you could join. Appreciate that picture, that was really cool today. Hey Karen, hi Jean, how are you? Glad you could make it tonight. All right, so let's get going because I want to show you how to make this card, and then I want to show you a few of the goodies in my pre-order. So I'm pretty certain. Yeah, Amy, I'm not sure if I'll be able to keep it like this, but it just looks so cool. But I will tell you what, I've got the new ink pads in my holder and the old, and that just means I'm going to have to get the old ones replaced to new ones sooner than later because they all fit, everything fits. It just I can tell which ones are different, and it's kind of bugging me. Hey Karen, glad you could join. Hi Donna and Mary, glad you could join me. So anyway, this is the card that I gave you the sneak peek of this morning. It uses the lovely new Accented Blooms stamp set. Very fun. I love that, first of all, I love that they continued the tailored tag. This is a great little punch, and this works perfectly with it. So I decided to play with it, and this is what it is, and you can see this gorgeous paper. I'll tell you what, folks, you know what? I'm going to take 2 seconds and just show you the paper right now, and then we won't need to do that later. Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, the OCD. I didn't even know I had OCD until I saw those all in there, and then it really bugged me. So, yeah, I'll be starting to get those pretty quick. Anyway, this is the Garden Impressions DSP stack. It's a 6x6 stack, which is really, I love a 6x6 paper myself, so I'm very happy with it. Yep, Marianne, you are right. Yay for the punch. Hi, Carolyn. Hey, Karen. Glad you could join me. Appreciate it. So we'll just kind of go through. You can see these are very painterly, very floral, and mint macaron, and call me clover, and Pacific Point, petal pink, lovely lipstick. Look at how pretty that is. It just looks like impressionist paintings. I love it. I mean, I'm not even a painter or even an artsy type person, but these are just gorgeous for me. I hope you can see them good. They're very a lot of them are very busy, so it's going to take a little skill, but look at this. This one could be anything. This could just be a card front with a big die cut on the front, a sentiment die, and we've got thank you coming as a sentiment die in the new catalog, so that'll be exciting. I was disappointed to see that the Happy Birthday Thinlit, oh no, the Thinlit's still here, that's right. The Stylized Birthday Stamp Set went away, which was kind of disappointing. All right, so here's another design, very pretty. See, to me, this just reads as a neutral background, so that could be a card front really easily. Oh, how pretty is that? Very neutral, but with a lot of texture. I like that. Now, if you guys are interested in getting a sample of this, please go ahead and get signed up for my shares. Demonstrators, customers alike, it doesn't matter. If you want to share, please get signed up. Because of my TDY and vacation schedule this year, mostly my TDY schedule, I'm kind of limiting the number of shares I'm doing. So get in quick so that you aren't disappointed. All right, that's pretty. There's another pretty set. I don't know about you guys, but I'm making cards in my head as I see these go by. Look how pretty. Yeah. Yeah, Mary, the fronts are gorgeous, but the yes, but the backs are really awesome too. I love that they're a little quieter. And Marianne, yes, this is a 6-inch stack. So it comes just like this stack, and we'll go through this later, but it's just loose. They've stopped using the rubberized binders, which is kind of nice. It makes it much easier to use the paper. So this is a lovely set. I'm really happy I got a year to play with it because I'm going to use it a lot. Hi, Sue. Hi, Carol. Hi, Leah. Nice of you to join. All right, so let us go ahead and get started. Here's the inside of the card, sorry. And, of course, because, you know, it's me, there's an envelope as well. But I didn't get an envelope, so let me grab one right quick. Now, I can tell you, the card that you'll see on the blog post shouldn't use a very vanilla envelope. That would be really a fail. That would be a bad idea. The measurements that will be on the blog are a little bit different tomorrow than what you're going to see here tonight, but it'll be okay. Make it either this way or the way I put it out there tomorrow, and you're going to be fine. So I have a So Saffron card base on the in the landscape configuration. So this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. And then I've got a couple of pieces of Pacific Point. For the card tonight, and y'all, if you case this, use these dimensions, okay? Just because it gives you a little nicer frame. So anyway, this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then we have the center panel. This is 3 5/8 by 3 7/8. And then the center, which is the art panel, is 1/8 of an inch smaller. And then we've got a Whisper White inner liner and one of my very favorite designs from the Garden Impressions for the card front and for the envelope flap. So let us commensurate, shall we? All right. Now in my newly tidy desk area, I should be able to find anything in a heartbeat, and we all know that's crazy. Hi, Jerry. Nice of you to join from Little Egg Harbor, New Jersey. Now, I'm assuming that's on the water, but that's the extent of what I would know about where that might be. I know there's a lot of beautiful places on the water in New Jersey, so if you live by the water, I am envious. All right, so I've just used a little liquid glue, and I'm going to go ahead and mat this on my Pacific Point cardstock panel. All right, like so. And then we'll just set this aside. That's the card front. And now I'm going to go ahead and make our art panel. We want to be sure that I get it aligned correctly. And the first thing I'm going to do, it was actually the last thing I did when I made the card, but today we'll do it first, is I'm going to punch the little flourish punch with the detailed trio punch that's new in the catalog. We're going to put that up in just the top right hand corner, and that will be it. So then I'm going to take this large, this is kind of the main image in the stamp set. And what we're going to do is we're going to heat emboss him in white. So I've got my white powder here. Hey Ellie, yes. Oh, Jerry, nice. You do live by the water. That's excellent. Lucky you. Lucky you. Yeah, the blue and the yellow in this design is perfect, isn't it? It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's so freaking beautiful. All right, first I'm going to give my cardstock a little rub with the embossing buddy, just to be sure. And then I'm going to ink up my stamp with Versamark. Get a good ink on it. And we'll just put him in the corner like this. Close up the Versamark pad before I start spewing powder around. Yes, if I lived by the water, I could wear my new bathing suit. Yeah, I can't believe I bought a bathing suit and I didn't turn to stone when I looked in the mirror. I'm gobsmacked. Let's just be straight up. I am gobsmacked about that. All right. Give that a tap to get any extra off. Close this up. I've got the fan on here and I don't want my powder going every which way from Sunday. Give it a little blow. And then we're going to heat emboss it. Alright, there it goes. Starting to get going. Remember when you heat emboss, you don't need to do all the... Oh, look what I almost did. Look what I almost did right there. I had this little guy right there. Was hanging out there like, neener, neener, neener. Go ahead and heat me up and then you'll be stuck. You'll have to start over. Ha, caught you, buddy. Bam. All right. Anyway, what I was saying is you don't have to do all this. Just hold it still and watch for the magic to happen. There you go. Now, if you're on vellum, it probably helps to move it around a little bit just so that it doesn't curl quite so much if you're trying to heat emboss on vellum. Remember to use the low setting if you're just trying to dry your ink, because that will, in fact, help you not curl your vellum paper so quickly, so badly. All right. Just do this until you can see that little chemical reaction take place there. Actually, it's probably a thermo reaction. Okay, there we go. And give it a little wave. It is magic. Like a size 8. I am so far from a size 8. I'll tell you what, now this is just straight up. I think size 14 is probably going to be my lowest. Possibly a 12, depending on the thing. And for a lot of women, I suspect that would be like, oh my God, I'm a blimp. But for me, I will take that, ladies. I will take that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of dimension and texture with my watercolor pencils. Now, remember, this is a So Saffron cardstock panel, and this is a Daffodil Delight. So it's going to be a little bit darker, and all I'm really going to do is kind of highlight the centers. Like that. And you can tell very quickly that I'm truly not an artist because, you know, just highlight the centers. Yeah, I'm sure there's people who could do a much better job making this all gorgeous and stuff, but, you know, I'm a pilot, not an artist. Here we go. But if you just use the little guidelines that the Stampin' Up! Designer so helpfully included in the images, you'll look like an artist, whether you are or not, because they, for certain sure, are. All right, I'm just going to do that on all of the little flowers. Like that. And then on this big, on this one, I'm going to break the pencil lid. Apparently, I'm getting a little too jiggy with it. Hey, Sue. Watching hockey. Good for you. I didn't do much. I just kind of scrolled through the... My watch just talked to me, and I don't know why. So anyway, always have your pencil sharpener handy when you're using your watercolor pencils. And you probably don't have to push quite as hard as I am pushing here, but that's okay. Anyway, Sue, all I really did was kind of step through the different designs in the Garden Impressions DSP stack, so you're going to want to see them. Do take a moment. And I'm just kind of also highlighting the center of this one. So you can see this is not very rocket science, see? Right. And we're not going to use yellow up there on those. All right. Now, I'm going to use, let's see. Where's my card? Oh, it's right here by me. What we're going to do now is I'm going to use a little bit of the Calypso Coral. Let's use Calypso Coral. And I'm just going to highlight these little flowers right here with the Calypso Coral to start with, like that. Hey, Cindy. Thank you, Stephanie. That's nice. Sometimes I think people might just be happier if I just shut up instead of my little ramble. Now what I'm going to do with this one, because this is a little bit stouter looking than I wanted, is I'm coming back over the top with my Daffodil Delight, just to kind of tone it down a little bit more. And obviously, if you make this, you can certainly use whatever colors you fancy. You do not have to use my colors at all. Now, I think what I'll do is use my blender pen and just soften these up just a little bit. Remember, it's just paper and ink, people. Paper and ink. The worst that'll happen is nothing. Nothing bad will ever happen to you when you're making a card. At least not that has anything to do with making a card. It's a very safe place. This is a safe place. All right. Now, I wish I had a pear pizzazz, but I'm going to use my old olive, and I'm just going to lightly touch my leaves, just lightly. On the inside, I'm going to use pear pizzazz, but out here, I'm just using my old olive just to touch the veins, barely. Just barely. Okay. And I think that's good right there. We're going to take that for $1. Take my blender pen and just pull that out a little bit. All right. And as I was coloring that, I realized I didn't get a piece of scrap paper. Okay, so let's first off, okay, that's the art. So if you can see, I don't know if you can tell right here. Let's see, what did we got here? Did you stamp in Versamark and put it in the embossed powder? Did you heat it? Yes, you did. Yes, you missed it, but yes, that's what I did. I stamped it with Versamark and heat embossed it in white. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to punch out my Pacific Point mat that's behind the sentiment, and I'm just going to use the matte piece that I've got because, you know, it's going to be covered up, so it won't matter. And now we'll go ahead and take a little bit of liquid glue and adhere this on. Oh, that's sweet. I wish you guys were here with me. I guess this is as close as we're going to get, but I wish you guys were. And I'm glad that's how you feel, because that's kind of, I'd say I was aiming for that, but it's just a happy, lucky thing that that's how it worked out. Because I didn't know at all what I was doing when I started this. All right, there we go. All right, now we're gonna set that aside. And I'm gonna locate a piece of scrap white paper to do my sentiment. You'd think I'd have like a bazillion around here, right? But, and I do, I'm sure I do. Here, look, this is probably big enough. Ooh, that might do it. Let's try. Let's try. Let's try. But you know what? I'm not gonna do thank you on this one. Let's do hello. Hello, it's me. That's not the song. Okay, here we go. Now, there are multiple colors you could have used, but I decided to go with Night of Navy for the sentiment. Get it good and inked up. And then sometimes with a new stamp, I'll check and see what I've got. And I can fix it with my marker. This may not be quite big enough. Oh, it is. Score. Score. Now, just going to touch it up a little bit with my Night of Navy marker. Now, y'all, just so you know, this week I'll be posting my, I'll be doing some in-color bundles and some new color bundles for you to choose from so that you can get all stocked up. Because you know my motto, everything you've got a color for, if you can do it, you want markers and ink refills. Now, I'm fussy cutting this instead of punching it with the punch because I want it smaller than the actual punch is so that I have a mat, okay? So it's pretty easy. I think anybody can do these straight lines. But if you get stuck, just hold your tongue just right and you'll be fine. All right. This is about the easiest fussy cut you'll ever do. I'm just saying. Hey, Barbara, glad you could join. Yep, I'm also a singer, Paula. You just didn't even know it, did you? Mm-hmm. That's because it's so not true. Y'all, do you guys have, any of you have an Instant Pot or an equivalent? Anybody? Anybody? So we bought a Power XL about 2 years ago, and I think my problem was I had terribly wrong expectations of it, and so we took it back because it was from Costco. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use liquid glue and I'm going to adhere my mat to the card panel. Mary, you should do it. You should definitely do it, and I'm fixing to tell you why. Right as soon as I get started. Look, did you see how I did that? Be sure that you know, we had that discussion last week. So I just bought a new one, and it's called I don't know if it's a Melthy or a Mealthy, but it looks like the word healthy, but with an M at the front instead of an H. And I have now cooked 2 things in it in 2 days, and I love it. I love it because it is very intuitive. The menu actually makes sense. On the Power XL, it was like, and what are we doing now? I don't know what it's doing now. But on this one, it's very clear. I cooked spaghetti squash in it took about 14 minutes between the preheat time and the actual pressure cooking time. 14 minutes for spaghetti squash is pretty darn good. And then yesterday, I made some absolutely rockin' chipotle beef. And that took about, it's probably an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes, and it is so good. You just can't even know. Oh, the Instant Pot. Yeah, see, and I'd heard mixed reviews about the Instant Pot versus this Mealthy or Melthy or whatever it is. And so I decided to pull the trigger on it, and man, am I glad I did. Okay, so what this is some just solid white baker's twine. And I am going to put a little bit of tear and tape on the back of my panel so that I can adhere it. I don't need very much, obviously. And it's going to be roughly there. but I love it. And I think what happened to me last time is, one, I had these, I look at a recipe and it would say, okay, cook a pot roast in an hour. Well, that's not really true. There's prep time for that, and then it takes time for the pot to come to temperature and to pressure, but this one seems to be faster than the one I had before, and it just kind of makes sense to me. So, and also, I was not a Pinterest person when I had it last time. Now, I am a Pinterest person. So, I have discovered there's all sorts of recipes out there for the Instant Pot, including ones that are low calorie, so I'm good to go. Okay, so all I'm doing is just pulling off the tear and tape with my finger while I yak. Good Lord. I might ought to pay attention, huh? Okay, let's try that again. So all I'm doing is just adhering this across the middle of my punched out mat. And I did it again. That darn tear and tape is sticking better to me than it is to the cardstock right this second. Okay, so there we go. Let's pull that snug and make sure it's straight. It is, and stick it down. There we go. Okay, easy and also very peasy. Now I will take some dimensionals and add them to the back of my, hi Linda. Hey Donna, glad you could join. Yes, Mealthy, Mary. It's really, I love it a lot. And it has a stainless steel pot. I don't remember, but I think that Power XL had a Teflon pot. And for some reason, this one doesn't scare me. The other one kind of scared me. I don't know, but I really like it, and I'm keeping it. All right, here we go. Some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of my sentiment. I am just a magnetic personality today. Everything's sticking to me. And then I'm just going to pop that right over the top. Kind of line it up as good as I can without sticking my big noggin in the way. All right, and now I'm going to take a couple of Petal Passion embellishments. We're going to stick those in the end here, like that. With un glue dot. Oh, glue dots. Here you are. Alrighty, here we go. Now I'm just gonna stick these underneath there like that. You can, of course, if you'd prefer, put your embellishments on before you pop your sentiment. I mean, that's like the easy way, so if you want to take the easy way, go ahead. Alright. And then we'll do a second one. Or you can be like me and do it goofy, like this. I don't know why I did it like this, but I did, so, you know, I want you to do it exactly like me. Always exactly like me. Okay. And there, that's stuck into the glue dot. And now I'm going to take a few more dimensionals pieces because I'm trying to use this one up. And get this popped onto the card front. In a half size, oh, that's a good idea. In a half size wood stamp, that's a good idea, because I actually have a few of those. Except on days when I've really done like a spring cleaning like I did today. My glue dot roll is just sitting out, spreading glue dots everywhere it touches, because that's what the glue dot rolls do. Alright. And one more right there. Jean, was that about as many dimensionals as y'all thought I would do? We'll pull our card front back and get this on. Ah, good idea. That is, you got a double good ideas there, Sue. Appreciate that. Oh no, mine is freezing. What is freezing? Don't know. I still have to pop the card front on, Jean, so we got a few more to go. We have many dimensionals to stick before we rest. Many dimensionals to stick. Okay. Now we'll get this lined up. Oh, did you see what I did there? Oh, well, that's okay. No, I didn't do it. So look at what I did. On this one, I went this direction. And on this one, even after telling myself to be sure to get it right, I went this direction. But look, it's going to be just fine. So if you make this, you can make it either direction, knowing that it will be just fine either way. It'll be beautiful. All right, now we'll tie a little bow with some more of the white baker's twine. Like this, right here. Don't twist. Do not twist on me. Do not twist on me. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little glue dot. I'm going to kind of wad it up a little bit so it's kind of smaller. We're going to put him right there. Like that. The DSP, Barbara, is the it is the Garden Impressions DSP from the new catalog, and it is gorgeous. And I'll go through it again when we're done because we had some folks come in late, so that everybody can see how pretty it is, how pretty and beautiful it is. Because it is busy, but it's also gorgeous. So, I love it a lot. Okay, and there's our bow. And then I'll take some of my favorite pearls, because I can. And we're going to embellish the flowers. And I'm going to put one, let's see, let's put this one right here. Like that. And then I'm just going to stick the yellow ones. These are So Saffron pearls. And I'm going to put them one in the middle of each of the flowers. Each of the flowers where it makes sense to put them. You know, if there's not a center to the flower, I wouldn't put a pearl there. That's just me. And let's see, let's go ahead and put one on this one too. On that one right there. And one more, just one more, right there. Okay. And there's the card front. Pretty, huh? Even though I did it, well, wrong. But you know what? If I hadn't told you, you probably wouldn't have even noticed. All right, let's set that aside and make us a innards. And on the inside, I did not put a sentiment. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Sue. I didn't put a sentiment. I just put a couple of little flowers from the set. And I also stamped a little fleur-de-lis in the top right corner to kind of mimic the card front. And it's kind of nice because it lets that Pacific point show through. It's like free decoration, see? Free decorating. Let me get my little stamp and see if I can remember where I put my So Saffron. Nope, that's Daffodil Delight. Okay, there's So Saffron. And I'm just going to stamp two of these in the corner and So Saffron. And I'm just eyeballing it. And while I have it handy, let's just go ahead and do the envelope front in the interest of time management. Because you know I'm nothing if not a time manager. Not. Alrighty. Now, out comes the watercolor pencil again. And we're just going to put a little color in the center of these. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it in and just make it a little bit darker in the middle. Like that. All right, and then I'm going to take my Pear Pizzazz just to show you a different way of doing business when I can find my pear pizzazz. There we go. And this time I'm going to paint the leaves with my blender pen. All right. Where did my blender pen go? Here it is. All right. We'll use the green side, and I'm just picking ink up from the middle. And I'm really not touching it very hard. I'm not putting a whole lot of color. But if you want a little extra, you can put a little more on one side, get a little shading going on. Be all artistic and stuff, you know, artistic and stuff. Be so artistic and stuff. We are artists in our own mind, yeah? Okay. All right, there we go. And we'll color these leaves, which you'll notice, you've probably already noticed, I forgot to color the flowers already. Hey Beverly, glad you could join. With a much smaller workspace, yes. All right, there we go. And we'll put him away before I get pear pizzazz every which way, everywhere, and do my flowers on my envelope right quick. All right, and there's that coloring all done. Now we'll just use a little liquid glue and adhere this to the Pacific Point mat. All right, here we go. Y'all, have any of you guys been wondering why I have not mentioned Wilbur the pig in the last couple of days? Well, a couple of 3 days ago, the horses shagged Wilbur out of the pasture. It actually kind of made me feel bad because he really wanted to be with them and they were just not having any part of it. And they shagged him out, and that was the last I've seen of him. I think he went in the back where the creek is, where he spends most of his day. And I think he came across Mama and she said, "Boy, get your pig butt back to the house where you belong. I don't know where you've been all this time, but you're kind of annoying me." And he said, "Yes, ma'am." And then what did he do? Say it with me. He went, "Wee, wee, 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 wee," all the way home. I'm killing myself. Thanks, Donna. Less than 4 weeks. That is absolutely correct, Mary. Or, you know, I'm just going to throw this out there. You could get these goodies, the goodies that I'm fixing to show you, including these. If you were to join right now as a hobby demo or as a business demo, you could fill your starter kit with all of these goodies. Well, you couldn't get all of them with the starter kit, but you could certainly make a dent. And then after that, you could fill the rest of your wish list at 20% off. And you could do that tomorrow. And you'd be one of the few first people on your block to have all of these wonderful goodies. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pop the card front on with more of my dimensionals. Told you, Jean. We got some dimensionals to be using here. All right. We'll get this done and then I'll show you some more of my pre-order stuff. I'm assuming you kind of want to see that. I'm just assuming it. I could be assuming wrong. If I'm assuming wrong, y'all tell me you don't care. And I just won't do it. It'll be like an interactive video. I got you, Mary. You let me know when you're ready. I can hook you up. And don't forget, you can do all of that. For the rest of you, you can do all of that right now, and you will still be active through, let's see, what month is this? This is May, so January, February, March, April, May, June. So July, August. You'll be active through the end of September, which means you don't have to buy another thing if you don't want to. But you'll still get the bennies of being a demonstrator. All right, here we go. Make sure we're right side up. Not that I've ever put the card front on upside down. Okay, and there we go. All right, and there is our card. And we'll add our little embellishment to the envelope flap, which is just some more of the Beautiful Garden Impressions paper. You could be forced to watch the my pre-order stuff. Okay. I mean, if you don't want to, you can certainly sign off. I'm laughing because I don't think anybody's going to sign off. Okay. All right, give this a quick fussy cut. Paula, and was it Donna whose pre-order's coming tomorrow? Nice. Thank you, Denise. I appreciate that. All right. And there's that. Okay, I'm just going to shove that out of the way. You see how quickly my spring cleaning goes away? So quickly. All right, there we go. One hello card, one thank you card. Same design, a little bit different on each one, which is fine. Who cares? And then on the inside, see how nice you get that little punch and boom, you've got a little pop of color up there without having to do any work. All right, so there's that. I hope you liked it. Let me pull out a couple of things that we've got. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you a couple of die sets if you want to. Let's set these aside. All right, so this die here, this is the Garden Scene Framelits, and it coordinates with, wait a minute, I'll find it, just a minute, don't worry, I'll find it, here it is. This coordinates with the Serene Garden set, all right, and this is kind of fun. I did a quick run through of just a piece of scrap white cardstock with this corner die. It's an embossing die, and you can see it just adds texture to the card front, which is kind of cool. I like that. And then of course it cuts out the bird, and it cuts out, I think that's the flower. The flower right there like that. And then it has a corner die that just cuts out some leaves that you can add on like that. And then this cuts your flowers. And this cuts that darling little butterfly. Isn't that cute? All right, so this was a good one. I like this. I'm looking forward to playing with that. Do y'all like that one? Yeah. Yeah, the corner piece is beautiful. Yeah, Barbara, you're gonna be so happy to get it. Okay, so that's that. Then we have the stitched labels framelits that goes with the stitched all around stamp set, which is here. Okay, and this one is fun. Let me show you. I did some die cuts for you so you could see what we get. So this one just cuts a bunch of stitching, so that would be lovely as the background of a collage, yes, with some flowers or whatnot, or some of the other elements from this very set. So that is this die. right there. Then you get a couple of little labels that are fun, little tag looking things. These look like tags in clothes or tags on a stitching, like on a sampler or something like that. So this one cuts this die. And then you get this one. See how it looks like a label in the back of the sweater that your mom knits you? How do I know about that? Okay. Then we have a little stitched heart. I think you can tell which framelit does that. And a couple of circles. Well, the other circle has escaped. It has escaped. It might have gotten caught up in the big cleaning today. And then these are two sentiment dies. You have this lovely frame right here. Isn't that pretty? And a great sentiment banner right here. Love this. Love it. Now, I'm just going to tell you straight up, these two right here, I cut them. This is like cross stitch stitches. And these are straight stitches. And I did cut them. So I cut them with the dies like this. And you can see it's left an impression. So I'm going to try another one where I cut it off of the panel. Or it's going to take a little practice, let me just say that. The idea is good. I think I just need to get a little practice under my belt with those. But the rest of them are very straightforward, very simple. Nothing to be worrying about, okay? So that's that, and then you can see this has a bunch of nice sentiments that are going to fit perfectly. Oh, darling, you're fabulous. Enjoy your special day. Best wishes. You are my only sunshine. That matches up nicely with this, as does this. So lots of fun things in this bundle. I think this one's going to be a really popular one. And yes, it might have gone with the. Yes, D, you're right. It would have been better on colored paper probably, but I was kind of hurrying. I decided at the last minute to cut them out for you. All right, so then you have this die set, and I played with the butterfly the other day, and I made another butterfly. This one right here, I cut the detailed butterfly out of a piece of the Garden Impressions DSP, and then I adhered it to a piece of mint macaron and fussy cut the edge so that I would have a solid butterfly. On the other one that I did the card the other day, I did mint macaron as the detailed, and then this same paper behind it to kind of give a stained glass look. So lots of ways to do business there. And then this one, this is a beautiful die. I have already cut it out once, but I snipped it all apart, and so it's not together anymore. Sorry. But I think you can see what it's going to do. It's going to be lovely, and just it would be beautiful all by itself, right? And it's going to play with the where are you? Hang on a second. Well, okay, I've just lost my brain. Sorry, hang on a second. Just lost my brain. It goes with abstract impressions. There we go. Yes, Fran, with vellum would be great. Vellum would be great. So this is the bundled stamp set, Abstract Impressions. You can see it's multi-step to make grasses and flowers, different kinds of flowers. I love this little sentiment right here. If flowers were hugs, I'd send you 1,000. And I think that's kind of a nice sentiment. And this is photopolymer, which makes it very easy to line up and get all stamped up. All right, so that's that one. Now, for those of you who want to look at the paper again, I'll just kind of go through it real quick. You can see each paper has kind of a busy side and then kind of an impressionist side. So you've got flowers and then a side that's a little more subdued. Everything's still pretty bold, there's no doubt, but I think you can see a lot of possibilities with this. This is Garden Impressions. It comes as a 6x6 pad, again with no binding. Love that paper right there. Pretty, huh? I'm loving the new colors. I wasn't real sure. Some of them seemed really bright and very kind of primary to me, but man, they're just beautiful, and the way they've combined them is really special. Now I have another little bit of paper. Yes, ma'am, that is on the pre-order list. It certainly is. I have another little bit of paper that I think you're going to like. This is the 2018-2020 in color 6x6 DSP. Remember the background papers we had a couple of catalogs back? Well, these are those again. And they also have them in each of the color collections. So there's a set for the brights, the subtles, the neutrals, and the regals. So I think I do believe you'll like those as well. But you can see these are just geometric dots and stripes in each of the in colors. So Grapefruit Grove, Pineapple Punch, is it Poppy Parade? Yeah. No, Lovely Lipstick. No, really, I would never wear this lipstick. I would never wear this lipstick. Okay. Call Me Clover. And the so beautiful Blueberry Bushel. So, fun. And you can get these, you can get a sample of each of these in my DSP shares. Just saying. All right. So that's those. Those are they. These are those. And then I got a couple more stamp sets, as you might imagine. They didn't do 12 by 12. Sometimes you need bigger, especially if you want to make an envelope. That's true. I don't know, Julie. The lack of envelope paper is. I'm not real sure why they did that. I certainly wish they would bring it back, but I really would like it in white, very vanilla, and craft. Done. That's plenty of envelopes for me. So this is a wonderful set. This is you get two stamps, blah, 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 blah. You get a lot of sentiments. And it takes two stamp cases to hold them all. How about that? That's what I was trying to say. It's called Itty Bitty Greetings, and it's got so many. It's got Happy Anniversary, May God Bless and Keep You, Best Wishes from All of Us, Hey Friend, Showered with Love. It's got Happy Birthday, World's Best Father, Happy Mother's Day, an Engagement. So this is a really great sentiment set, and these are not big. Hence the itty bitty greetings. But actually I believe some of these would fit on these darling little sentiment labels from the stitched die that we just looked at, the Stitched Labels Framelits. They would be perfect on here. All right, so just keep that in mind. Great stamp set, also on the pre-order. Very vintage. This is a host set, and I'm going to say I love it, but that's probably getting to be the Department of Redundancy department there. But this is a gorgeous, gorgeous stamp set. So get it with Stampin Rewards. All right. Are those replacing the Teeny Tiny Wishes? Yes, Teeny Tiny Wishes is going away. Right? Hey, Anne, glad you could join. This one is the Calligraphy Essentials stamp set. Now this matches a kit that I have not purchased yet. I'm not sure if I will or not. The jury is still out. But it's got lovely sentiments on it, and they're pretty bold, pretty good size. You can see that they're good size. Even the non-calligraphy-eyed one. But the calligraphy kit it helps you learn to write with in calligraphy, which I think would be very cool. I'm just not really sure whether I would have time to do that if I was still thinking I might ever sleep. So I'm not sure that I'll get that kit right off the bat. But this is a fun little sentiment set. I like it. All right, here's another host set called Seasoned with Kindness. It's very nice. It's a photopolymer set designed to do some building of flowers and leaves and a very cute little rustic pot. And I love these little tags, for you and thanks, and a little kindness seasons everything. Enjoy the goodness of this day. Very nice, very nice. We've got some beautiful host sets this time, y'all. Beautiful host sets. Here, I'll separate these out like that. There we go. Wonder if the Celebrate matches the Celebration die. I don't know. I think it's bigger. I think the Celebrate die was not as tall, I think. But it has been moved to the retired stack, so I can't even pull it out for you. All right, here's another one, and I made a card for you that you will see on Tuesday with this. This is Big Wishes. This is fun, and sometimes I don't love these negative sentiments like this, but this one worked out really well. It's got 4, enjoy today, happy birthday, and wish big, and then of course on the inside, hope your day is truly amazing. Perfect with each of the sentiments, and this one is fun. So you'll see I made a set with I made a card with this set for Tuesday. We have, you guys know I like background sets. Look at this one, handwritten, wonderful. Oh, that's right. You are right, Patricia. It didn't retire. So yeah, it's in my. You know what? Then wait one. I'll get it. You are correct. You are correct. Hang on a second. You said Celebration, and I just automatically went to it's retired. Which is really weird because I remember thinking when I saw it didn't retire, happy day, it didn't retire. But I gotta find it. Apparently what I need to do is organize my here we go. Let's see. Oh, you know, it might. It just might. Let's ink it and look. Let's ink it and see, peoples. Y'all still with me? It's 9 o'clock. We'll just give it a quick stamp and see what we see. Here we go. Mutter, mutter, murmur, 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 murmur. All right. Okay. No, it's not really matching up very good. Sorry. Not working. It's not gonna do it. All right, so y'all still with me because nobody's ready to go to bed yet. Okay, cool beans. Cool beans. All right, let's put that away and put this away. Thank you, Patricia, for reminding me that that's still in the realm of using. All right. Anyway, where were we? On handwritten, weren't we? So this is kind of fun. This actually, you can actually read the words. You got thank you and happy and merci and welcome, congratulations, hello, bonjour, courage. This is a fun little set right here, and we'll be making some fun cards. All right, now I have 2 more host sets to show you. both of which I think are very fun. The pressed flowers, I made a card with this the other day. Beautiful images. I mean, what's not to love about these gorgeous flowers? And then the springtime stroll, it's fun. Y'all, check out that bird right there. Can you tell? He's wearing little rain boots. Isn't that too cute? That's just too cute, right? He's obviously on a springtime stroll. Get it? He's walking in his boots. All right, little snail. Okay, so the rest of my pre-order is a whole bunch of ink pads and refills and Stampin' Right markers and some ribbons. You guys want to see some of the ribbons? This is the ribbon that I got. And then I think this one right here. Nope, that's real red. There we go. So this is the in color 1/8 inch grosgrain ribbon. So you get one in each of the colors. Let's see what else. We've got, let's see, a lot of cardstock, a lot of ink, all of which you have seen. I didn't get any more paper. Because there wasn't any more, because I've only got like 4 reams of the Share What You Love DSP. All right, you guys got any questions? Anything you want to see again before we get gone? The Grapefruit Grove ribbon that you missed. Oh, this one? Yeah, I got lucky. I actually got everything that I planned to ordered, which is crazy. That just never happens, really. I don't know how I managed to do it. Oh, there's a couple of, these are kind of cute. These are pretty. Look at these. This comes in a 2-pack with this pink and I think this is shaded spruce. And they're both a very mild metallic shimmer to them. So you get both of these together. So that's kind of cool. All right. All right, what else, y'all? Okay. I think that's all I have. What do you have to do for the Hostess stamps? Okay, so Host stamps are only purchasable with Stampin Rewards. All right, so to get Stampin Rewards, you have to have either an individual order or be the host of a workshop where the total of the order or the workshop hits $150. You start earning Stampin Rewards at $150. And you get 10%. So at $150, you get $15, which is just about right to buy a host set. Now, you can place an individual order, or we could do a workshop where you get a bunch of your friends together and everybody orders with a host code. Or, like Jean has done, you can be a member of one of my online host clubs, and you're in that for 6 months, and one of those months you are the host. And I promise you, you will get Stampin' Rewards in your order time. One of my ladies just had an order, and her workshop she got $100 worth of Stampin' Rewards. So that was a very good show for her. So any of those things interest you, just give me a holler, and I'd be happy to help you out. So I am going to sign off now. Hey, Rosalie, glad you made it. I'm sorry that we're winding it up, but the replay will be posted shortly. So y'all have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Sunday. Thanks for spending some time with me. Bye-bye.